Now, though, is the Club World Cup just one big waste of time?
I can't fool myself, I don't want nobody else to ever love me.
And it is all over! Manchester City have won the Champions League. The treble delivered.
I'm the first person to say you take all the money out of the room, you get all the rewards, but there is also a flip side to that somewhere along the line, there's only so many games players can play.
I've just about got as little interest in this tournament as I have in anything sporting-wise.
It's my fourth time I played this competition. In the previous one, wow, it was really, really tough.
All of us, we feel tired for some games. It's normal because we play every 3 days with no rest. That's the price that you pay.
1,000 kisses from you is never enough.
Not quite sure why we played Luther Vandross Never Too Much, but
Yeah,
it's my favourite song to play it, so I'll always listen to that. Yeah, it still doesn't make sense, but turn it up now.
Always having a little, I love having a little sing to that. Why are you wearing shades inside?
Oh man, I might go a bit Howard Stern from now on.
I like Howard Stern.
Oh, he's a superstar, isn't he? Wear like legends. Wear glasses.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's quite cool. I like watching. Yeah,
Do you know, I've always wanted to wear blue lens glasses. I think that looks quite cool.
So why don't you wear it then?
I don't know where you get them from. 03717223344. I want you to phone up now. I'm looking at my switchboard. It's clear. This is very strange. Either the lines are broken or no one's phoned up with their opinion yet that we can legally put on. If you want to have your opinion on the World Club Cup, do you care about it, Man City fans? What are you thinking? Will you even watch the game, Man City fans?
Yeah, of course they will. I just think it's like
care about it.
It's just another trophy to obviously just stop the cabinet with. If you take the game in isolation, I get it. People are just like, no, what's the point of it? But you get to plan that tournament by winning the big one.
I know that. I know how you get there, but I just don't know if you.
But as an isolation, I get it. It doesn't mean that much. But again, I remember. I think it was it Manchester City or was it Chelsea? But either way, or was it Liverpool? One of these clubs.
Wow, brilliant.
No, one of these clubs. It was one of their more recent trophies, and they were saying they've completed the whole set. I think it might have been Liverpool.
Yeah.
Or did they win it one? It was like, yeah, complete the whole set.
Really good knowledge you've got here.
So that's pretty good, that. So
No, it's not, because you don't even know. That's the thing. You know that Liverpool have won this, that, but you can't even remember.
Yeah, they have won that.
You can't remember.
That was the last piece of the jigsaw, that Club World Cup.
Yeah, you can't even remember which team said it because it's so not important.
It is, but Liverpool, yeah, complete the set.
Well, let's take calls in it. 03717223344. Phone up now. We'll take your call actually in a moment because we're asking whether you'd rather win the Club World Cup or the league. I say in a moment.
The league?
The League Cup.
Oh.
I say in a moment because we can get the team news now. I expect them to rest just about everyone. Man City's Club World Cup clash against Red Diamonds. Yeah, me neither. Jeff Peters is watching for talkSPORT. Hi, Jeff.
Good evening to you, lads. Well, Pep Guardiola makes 4 changes from the side which lost a 2-goal lead to draw with Palace in the league at the weekend. Kevin De Bruyne, who's been injured since the opening weekend, has trained but is not involved tonight. Haaland and Doku also missing. In comes Stones, Akanji, Kovacic and Nunez, with Diaz, Gvardiol, Lewis and Alvarez dropping to the bench. This is Man City's first appearance in the Club World Cup. Their Japanese opponents won the Asian Champions League for the 3rd time back in April, and the winners of this will meet Fluminense of Brazil in Friday's final. Kick-off in Jeddah at 6 p.m.
We'll take calls in a moment. Thank you for that, Jeff, by the way. 03717223344. Man City taking on Red Diamonds in their World Club match from 6 p.m. We can head over to Saudi Arabia now, actually, and speak to talkSPORT Saudi football correspondent Ben Jacobs. Hi, Ben. Good evening to you.
Good evening. How are you?
We're good. We're very well. Thanks so much for coming on. Listen, over here, I do get the feeling, we're going to take calls in just a moment. I do get the feeling that no one really cares about this tournament. What is the atmosphere like in Saudi at the moment during the competition?
Well, you might be able to hear a very busy media centre, and the stadium is full as well. I don't think we'll see too many Manchester City fans travelling over from the UK, but earlier in the tournament, Al Ahly played, and there's a big Egyptian population here in Saudi Arabia. And Al Ittihad were the local representatives, the Saudi champions. They won their opening game. And again, as you'd expect, a full house. So I think there's 2 kinds of perspectives. One is within Saudi Arabia, an opportunity to show off their culture, fill the stadiums, and give us a glimpse of the World Cup in 2034. That's the positive. And then the negative side is maybe not as much global interest. And many, I suppose, feel the Club World Cup is a bit too exhibition-y, and this is why Gianni Infantino wants the expanded Club World Cup to try and make it a bit more competitive.
Listen, I don't mind the Club World Cup. I like watching it.
No, you don't.
I do like watching it.
No, you don't.
But
Benny, you've never watched it in your life.
But then, sorry.
Ben, when was the last one?
Sorry to interrupt you.
No, Benny, when was the last one?
I can't remember the last one I watched.
But you enjoy watching
Yeah,
it.
I watch it.
When was it?
Can I please?
You've never watched it in your life.
So, listen, I like to watch the Club World
Please
Cup.
don't.
And but do you not think it's one of those where the game there's already too much football? There's so many games now you have to play internationally, your club. That it's just adding to another game that, as you said, there globally hasn't really got a shine on it.
Yeah, I think that you look at an expanded Club World Cup as an opportunity for more European teams to go head to head. And because there's 32, it will just feel like a World Cup. It's also going to be moved to the summer as well. So the upside is that there will be more competition. And I do think that it will be coveted, particularly the first one in North America. The downside is that these players are going to have a lot more game time, and that will divide opinion. And were they consulted? And is it at the expense of something else? Because it's all very well saying every Premier League game matters. Clubs will always have a sentimental spot for, say, the FA Cup. And then in addition to that, you have the Club World Cup, you have the Champions League. So everyone wants to go far. But if on paper these games are all important, but there's 70 or 80 of them, then the top players are not going to be able to play in all of them. And as a consequence, a name that is missing might mean that a fixture that appears appealing isn't. And I compare it to Lionel Messi in MLS, where everyone expects him to play every game. So the standard's elevated, the intrigue is elevated, the global audience is elevated. Same with the Club World Cup. But as soon as you remove Messi, then people that have paid high amounts for tickets feel shortchanged. But Messi can't play every game. And eventually, if Man City are playing 75 games a season, Haaland won't be able to play every game. Grealish won't be able to play every game. And before you know it, it'll be Manchester City by name, but not by nature. And you look at the starting 11 tonight, and there's a little bit of that. No De Bruyne, okay, he's just back. No Haaland, he probably would have played if this was a Premier League game. No Doku. So suddenly you start to wonder whether just because it's Manchester City, you want to pay the money because the names are missing.
Ben, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on and speaking to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys.
There you go, talkSPORT Saudi football correspondent Ben Jacobs. Ben, you've never ever watched this.
I have.
No, you haven't. Mm-hmm. When did you last watch it?
Last year.
Yeah. Who was in it?
Who's in it last year?
Well, you watched it.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of football.
Yeah.
I think it was Real Madrid last year, you know.
Yeah.
I think they won it, actually.
Yeah.
In Real Madrid.
Who'd they beat in the final?
Al Hilal.
And you in Al
Palmeiras were in it.
Right. You don't. Why did you
Al
say
Hilal,
that?
they were in it as well.
Right, I'll tell you what I do.
Yeah.
Because I love you. Yeah. I'll let you take back that statement of I love watching it.
I love it. Do you know one I can't remember?
Benny, you've never watched it. No one cares about this tournament.
There's one that I can remember, right?
You can't.
It was against Manchester United, and I think Edmundo was the striker, it's a Brazilian striker, and he scored this unbelievable goal where someone rolled him the ball.
Doesn't matter.
He flicked it over his head and scored. That was Club World Cup. No. Edmundo.
So you can remember one goal in the whole competition's history.
No, because Liverpool played in it when they had to feel.
Benny, you don't listen.
Liverpool had to play in it when they played the Villa. I think the Villa kids played the night before.
Right, listen. Our audience, right, adore the fact that we speak openly. Right, I'll go first. Biggest waste of time this tournament ever in the history of football.
Well, I like to watch it.
No, you don't. They'll see through you, Benny.
No, they won't. I just told you.
You don't. I
gave you last year's winners, and I told you about Liverpool when they were in it.
You googled it.
Have I googled it?
Give me the history. I'll have a look at the history. Swear on your kids' life. There you go.
No, listen. You don't want to see the history.
Most of that's illegal, isn't it? Now, what have you got a VPN going on there?
Look.
Swear on your life. You
look. For your Selfridges.
Right. Why
Steve
Cooper.
Cooper.
Selfridges?
Because it's Christmas
time. Show me that one there. Didn't know you could get a sheep upstairs. You've never watched it, Benny. Just be honest with our audience.
Surely you can remember.
No, I can't tell you when Man United won it.
Forget Man United.
No, but hold on. Couldn't tell you. Don't know how many times we've won it. Don't care.
But listen to me. You remember when Liverpool were in it because they had to field the kids against Villa and they got smashed. Remember that?
I remember the kids getting smashed against Villa. Yeah.
Yeah, because their first team were playing in the Club World Cup.
I don't remember the Club World Cup.
I do. I like it. Great competition. That.
No, Ben, it's not.
I think Firmino scored the winner.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Extra time, I think it was as well.
Okay. What time of night was that or day?
It was night time.
It was night time. Was it? What
time?
It
was about 7 p.m. kick on.
7 p.m.
Yeah, I think so.
Seem to remember it was about 3 a.m. in the morning.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
The Liverpool one wasn't.
Yeah.
It was 7 p.m.
No, you didn't watch it.
Honestly,
Let's take a quick call.
If Man United were involved, would you watch it?
No, I didn't when they were. Biggest waste of... do you remember when they were told by the FA you got to come out of the FA Cup and go and play in it?
Yeah.
Hated it. Horrific decision. Embarrassing decision by the FA to do that. Embarrassing. FA Cup, with the history of it, 1,000,000 times better than Club World Cup. Who cares about it? Who cares? You know what it is? It's a chance for other continents to get involved with the biggest team, best teams in Europe.
You ain't got to worry
That's
about
what
that
it
for
is.
Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about that.
No, yeah.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.